What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the first mock draft video on the Lobes Leads YouTube channel. We're going to be going through 10-man leagues and 12-man leagues, doing every single pick in a mock draft. Today, we're starting with the 101 in a 10-man league. Usually, you want to go with a specific strategy, whether it's zero RB, hero RB, robust RB. The first pick in a 10-man league is a little bit interesting. You don't always have the specific strategy go your way. We're going to start with a zero RB strategy, but a lot of times you're going to see at the end of the second round, beginning of the third round, the receivers there you're going to reach for, and there are running backs that are going to fall to you that are almost too valuable. And in a 10-man league, you can afford to change your strategy a little bit. But without further ado, we're going to get into this draft. We're going to try zero RB. We have the first overall pick again. We're going to go Justin Jefferson first overall. To me, he is the best fantasy player right now. I think you can go Jamar Chase. I think you can go Cooper Kupp. I'm going to go Justin Jefferson. We're going to see who comes back around for us at the 20th overall pick. If you guys are new here, be sure to subscribe. I'm the same Lobe Leads from TikTok, Instagram, wherever you follow me. I am now starting the YouTube channel where we go through mock drafts, at least to start. We're going to see who's available for us in a couple picks right now. I would have loved Amon-Ra St. Brown there, but Jalen Waddle is going to be there for us. So the zero RB strategy, very much still alive, very much on the board. I like Jalen Waddle here. And now, again, it's a 10-man league. As much as I think you can afford to wait for a tight end a little bit, I'm still going to go Mark Andrews here. I'm going to stick to the zero RB strategy. You can look at the running backs that are on the board, but at the end of the day, the volatility is a little bit too much for me to be excited about those guys. So we're going to be coming back around now, picking 40th and 41st. And to me, it's going to be quarterback. It's going to be a receiver who I really like as well. These Keenan Allen, Amari Cooper, Calvin really just went, but those guys I really like. We're going to go back to back here. So Joe Burrow and Lamar are gone. I'm totally fine taking Justin Fields. What we're going to do is take Amari Cooper. I really like Amari Cooper this year. We're going to take Amari Cooper. And then at quarterback, we're going to go Justin Fields. Justin Fields, super, super high floor with his rushing ability. Again, I saw a video on TikTok saying that any positive passing production he has is kind of just a bonus. So now we have our first five guys available in the zero RB draft: Fields, Jefferson, Waddle, Andrews, Cooper, and we're going to go two running backs back to back here. And the running backs that I've seen fall here, like Dameon Pierce, is great value for Dameon Pierce. Are going to take him in a heartbeat. Other guys who I've seen fall: Swift. I like Madison. I really like Rachaad White, so I'm going to take Rachaad White. But I think you're really good with Madison, Akers, Connor, or White here. So we have our two starting running backs. And again, these are guys who I'm, moderately confident in. But in a zero RB draft, you secure your three really good receivers, so you can have more swings at the bat at the running back position as the draft goes on. In addition, you don't have to worry about a backup quarterback or a backup tight end if you solidify the elite guys in your first five picks. So I'm not going to worry about a backup quarterback anytime soon, backup tight end anytime soon. Looking at running backs and receivers that are still on the board, I'm probably going to go running back and receiver here. I think the value for running backs in the later rounds is not bad. But looking at running backs who are available here, I think David Montgomery is a pretty safe pick. And, looking at the other running backs we have here with our next pick, I think some of these guys down here could actually be available for us next time around at the turn. So we're actually going to go receiver here. Looking at the guys that are on the boards, I think Mike Evans is really good value. I think JSN is pretty good value. I like George Pickens. I go back and forth here. I'm going to go Mike Evans. I think Mike Evans is probably the best value. I know he has Baker Mayfield as his quarterback now, but I still think it's the best value. So coming back around, we are going to be picking at pick, 100 and 101 again. We have four wide receivers. We have three running backs. We're in a pretty good spot with our team. I think there's going to be some value at the running back position for us. I would have loved Rashad Penny. But that's okay. I will gladly take Khalil Herbert. If you guys have watched any of my videos, you know how high I am on Khalil Herbert. I think it's really good value there. And then with our fifth running back selection, we will probably go, there's some good backup quarterbacks, some good backup tight ends on the board. We don't necessarily need to reach. I think this is kind of the cutoff for good running backs. So I'm going to go Zach Charbonnet. I think in terms of ups, actually, I'll go Devon Achane. I think he has a little bit more upside because I think the four running backs we had before are moderately safe. So now with our last few picks, we go receiver. One receiver who I really like with upside here is Jameson Williams. If you go zero RB, guys, later on in your draft, Jameson Williams as a guy who's probably would have been a seventh-ish round pick if he didn't get suspended. Of course, as I say that, he goes one pick before us, but just a general piece of advice for you guys. If you're in these situations in your draft, that's a guy that you could really target later on. For me, looking at backup quarterbacks, looking at receivers who we could take, I want an upside-oriented guy. I could go with Mooney in the Fields Mooney stack, looking at the receivers who are available. And honestly, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'll go with Mooney, Fields, Mooney stack. So 5 and 5 receiver, running back. We're good. Next couple picks, we're taking backup tight end, backup quarterback. I don't mind Chiggy Okonkwo. I think Dalton Kincaid has a lot of upside for a tight end. In terms of backup quarterbacks, I think Goff is probably the best we could get right now. And honestly, I do think there is a decent drop off there. So I'm going to go Jared Goff here to take our backup quarterback, and we can wait a minute for our backup tight end. But other than that, I mean, I think this is pretty good so far at backup tight end. I don't know if Dulcich will be there. I'd love if Dulcich was. If not, he's not. We'll go Gerald Everett. I think Gerald Everett is a really good pick here as well. We'll see who is available for us. So we could go. I mean, we could go Laporta. We could go Laporta. I mean, he could be a weapon for Goff. You know, let's do it. Let's take a rookie tight end. Let's take a tight end with upside right now. So this is our roster right now, and we're gonna go back on defense. So interestingly enough, guys, if you have the first overall pick, what'll probably happen is you'll have the first defense off the board if your league mates draft smart and they don't take defense till the second to last round. So you can draft a defense like for the season long here. So I'm gonna go with the 49ers. I think you can go with the Eagles too, maybe even the Cowboys, but you can draft the defense for season long. If you're not in that position, you know, you can draft your defense for week one and keep streaming. I don't think that's a bad idea at all. I stream my defenses in most of my fantasy leagues, unless I wind up with a defense like the 49ers where I can just plug them every week. And then kicker strategy, guys, for me, it's just finding somebody in a high powered offense, or as the season goes on, if your kicker isn't working, finding somebody who's on an offense with a really inefficient red zone offense. So this is our roster. This is honestly a pretty good 10 man from the first overall pick. We went 0 running back strategy. The first overall pick, we went Justin Jefferson. Second round, we went Jalen Waddle. Third round, we went Mark Andrews at our tight end. We secure that spot. Fourth round, we go Amari Cooper. Fifth round, we go Justin Fields, secure, again, the big five. Then we worry about running back. So we get 4 swings at the bat at running back to back picks, might I add. Dameon Pierce, Rashad White as our starters. Again, 2 guys who I think have pretty safe floors. And if you're doing 0 RB, you want the running backs with safer floors. And then with the other bench picks, our running backs, we go David Montgomery. And we decided not to reach for another running back again. We went Mike Evans as our fourth receiver. I think a guy that, you know, could produce with Baker Mayfield. Who knows what that offense is going to look like. And then our fourth and fifth running backs, we get Khalil Herbert, a guy who I absolutely love. He's going to have a role in the pass game there. I think he's going to be the starting first, second down running back as well, but he's going to have a role in the pass game there. A lot of upside there. Then Devon Achane. I mean, if Dalvin Cook doesn't go to Miami, you have him competing with Raheem Mostert and Jeff Wilson, who are both very injury prone. They drafted Achane for a reason. He's going to be a very good player for them. Mooney as our fifth receiver. I like the Fields Mooney stack. That people forget how good Mooney was 2 years ago. I think he still has that ability. Jared Goff as our backup quarterback. Again, really good upside there. Then Sam Laporta, a rookie tight end, as our backup tight end. I want you guys to let me know what you think of the team in the comments below. Again, if you're new here, subscribe. All the socials are in the description for you guys as well. I have a TikTok, an Instagram, a Twitter, anything you guys want. I'm posting all fantasy football content on there for you guys to win your leagues. I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you and God bless.